Welcome back everybody. Another glorious morning here. Spring weather's taking hold, grass is growing flat out. Haven't really done a lot inside the last month or so since the last video, but it's been 6 months since I bought the place. Really been focusing on getting the gardens cleaned up. So let's go and take a bit of a walk around and have a look and see what I've got done outside. Bit of hedge trimming time. This conifer tree here has to go. Already started the other day, trimmed the hedge, got down the side of the house done. It's looking much tidier. I've got another tree that's got to go too. This is the other tree that I want to remove. It's getting pretty spindly, drop seeds everywhere, it's too close to the shed. Well, I had to get a new chain for my $100 20-year-old little Chinese chainsaw, but it did the job. The tree's down. Just clipped the edge of that. I was hoping it wouldn't flatten the tap stand or push that over. The tree's down. I just have to chop it up now, add it to the burn pile. Well, now it's got it all chopped up into manageable size pieces. Can drag it all over to the burn pile now, which is growing pretty big again. A little bit of firewood there. Get this cleaned up and on to the next project. There's one of them gone. With the spring weather here, the grass is starting to dry out pretty quick, and we've got a week of rain coming, so I thought I'd better burn it off now. A couple of the local kookaburras hanging out on the shed roof. I thought I could start our walk around down near the dam this morning. I really need to get a little digger in and clean the dam out. The reeds are starting to take hold. That's Violet the goat. And some of you will remember that there was a massive big pile of garden rubbish here, which I moved. Oh, there goes all the native hens running across the road. Lots of babies there. This was all moved down to the paddock and burnt off. Found some old fence pieces in amongst the pile. Managed to slash the grass down there. And the grass needs mowing again. Only mowed it a few days ago. Joys of spring growth. And you'll see some pink lines in the ground. And that's my proposed driveway. So this little half moon shape area will be a garden bed. This little section of hedge will be chopped out. So you come in, it will be like a turning circle. I'm going to put a retaining wall down here and try and raise the ground level a little bit. So walk around here. The wall will extend to the left up there, and the driveway will go round to the right up to there. And 2 sections of the fence will be taken out up the top there, and that will be the second driveway entrance. And that little garden bed in the middle will go. But again, that's a job for later when I can afford to hire a digger, move some dirt about, clean the dam out, and get some gravel in here. Just because I don't have enough projects on the go, I picked up this little turbo XR5 Ford Focus with a blown engine. Some of you know I originally started as an automotive restoration channel, so I'll be on the hunt for another engine for this. I've finished the massive job of trimming up the hedge out the front. It's all looking pretty good, all been shaped up. Took me about 3 weeks to do, a little bit here and there. Killed a couple of hedge trimmers. So I've got one more tree that I'd like to take out, and that's the yucca at the front of the house. I've started cleaning up that garden bed as well. At the front side of the hedge, all looking much better, much tidier. You can see there's a little bit of spring growth starting again. Cleaned all the blackberries out of this little garden bed. Trimmed up the holly bush. I'm not sure whether to chop that right out or not. The front garden bed, I've pulled a lot out. Still a ways to go, but I'm getting there with it. Sort of trying to save some of the plants that are here. I think this is an iris, I'm not quite sure. It's a beautiful flower though. Also have these, must be a bulb, which really quite interesting flower. I really don't know what they are. If anybody knows, let me know. There's also quite a lot of these cactus things in the front garden. This one's pretty big. It's about to flower. I didn't want to pull it out until it's flowered. Quite interested to see what the flower looks like once it actually blooms. As you can see down here, giving the hedge a pretty severe haircut. Made some good clearance down the side of the house. You can actually walk down here now without getting stuck. It's the wattle birds, the neighbour's beautiful waratah tree in full bloom. So this conifer tree that was here is gone. Still got to try and clean out the leftover of the stump. Again, the hedge here has had a pretty severe haircut. I'm hoping that it regenerates and grows back. I think the monstrous grapevine in the old hothouse starting to sprout some leaves. It's about the only thing that's still alive in there. Looking through here, the big conifer pine tree thing, pencil pine, I'm not quite sure what it was. I just know it made a huge mess. It's all gone and cleaned up. Grass needs mowing out here again. I did mow the paddock down the back a few days ago. It's just growing flat out. Really wants doing again this weekend. Give the old dog yard a really good clean out. I've been babysitting Miss Kira, little staffy dog, and she needs to be contained when I'm not here. She thinks she can play with the goat. The goat doesn't want to play with her. The lean-to on the side of the shed I've cleaned out. That had a horse or a pony in here at some stage, so it was all hay and manure down in the back there. So I've cleaned all that out and mucked it all out and set it all up for building material storage. Try and get it out of the way. Got rid of all the big piles that were out the back patio area at the back of the house. Say hello, Miss Kira. Hello. Just moving inside now. As I said before, I haven't really done much more inside since the last video, other than one of the wet days I managed to get the new ceiling fan up in what will be the lounge room. A little bit of work, I had to climb up in the ceiling and add some timber supports to be able to hang it. Took a little while to get this. I ordered it online after shopping around a lot, trying to find one that was affordable with real timber blades that will match the rest of the timber through the house. And the first fan turned up and I had some chips out of one of the blades, so I had to send it back and wait for another one to come. But pretty happy with the ceiling fan. I decided I'm going to have to add a couple more downlights in the lounge room. The placement of the lights that I've got there, there's 4 in the lounge room at the moment, sort of surround the fan. It was a little bit difficult to try and place them where I ideally would have liked them because of the positioning of the timber joists up in the ceiling. So I'm going to add another 2. So after a bit of measuring and mucking around, trying not to run into timber again, I've got one nail there, so that marks the spot where one will go, and there's another one over there. So it'll be sort of like a patternation of 3 lights in a triangle either side of the fan. There's just a little bit sort of dark spots over either side of the room. So I think by adding another 2 downlights there, it'll lighten it up, and I'll put them on a dimmer switch. The manhole, I think I'll move into the hallway so it's not in the lounge room. And there's going to have to be a little bit of work up in the ceiling, up in here, to move some timber and joists ready for when the wood heater gets moved. But other than that, like I said, not much more else progress has happened inside. This next month, now the weather's clearing up, we'll look at trying to get these windows in the kitchen and move forward with the kitchen. And I'd still like to get the tiling and painting done in the back porch area. I have mapped out on the floor my tile design. Just took a bit of head scratching to try and work out because the walls aren't straight, but I think we'll get there. Thanks very much everybody if you stuck around this long for watching. If you're interested in seeing what the property was like when I first purchased it and you're new here, please go back and have a look at the earlier videos that I've posted. I know some of the early ones are a little bit hard to watch. It's pretty new to this YouTube thing. But we'll keep going with the renovation and the garden cleanup. And I'll see you all in another month or so. Cheers guys.